Alright everyone, we have to start off today talking about Kamala Harris and how she's a brain-dead girl boss. Link in the description. You can just look at that for yourself. Some of her comments throughout time have been a little bit on the ignorant side. First though, I was on Bourbon Street actually last night, and today I'm eating turtle soup, so, NOLA update, a fun day ahead, and plenty of other adventures. Don't worry, I'm getting plenty of footage and pictures and shit like that. It's just that I'm going to post them probably like later on or something. And of course, because on Bourbon Street there's non-stop music, copyright may apply, so I have to review the videos, which means I have to convert them first, unfortunately, because MP4 files aren't loading properly on my computer. Not exactly sure what's happening with that. Yeah, Kamala Harris is an ignorant woman. And when you point this out, usually you're labeled misogynistic or racist, because she's BIPOC. She's mainly of Indian origin. But that's not actually the case. That's a fantasy. It's a mythology, basically. Kamala Harris is just a politician. And really, when somebody is running for office, we should only class them as a politician. So it's not black politician, white politician. It's not foreign-born politician, native-born politician, rich politician, poor politician. They're just politicians. Judge them based on the answers that they're giving and their track record. Let's judge Kamala Harris first on what she says, and then we'll judge her on what she's done. What she says is generally completely vacuous. 90% of the time, I don't know that she's even given an answer really to a question. Like, she'll be asked about the economic policy. Oh, economics are important. Okay, well, that doesn't tell me anything. Immigration policy. Well, we've inherited a mess on immigration. Well, okay, but what are you going to do about it? And why didn't you do something, while you were border czar for the last 3.5 years? Now let's look at what she's done. Tough on crimer as a prosecutor and DA. Putting people in jail for extended periods of time based on very, very limited offenses. Oh my god, you had 2 grams of weed instead of just 1? Felony charge for you. This happened a lot under Kamala Harris back in the day. As VP, I can't really name anything that she's done. She went to the border twice for photo ops for a brief period of time, and only when she began running for the presidency did she actually make a true border visit, and even then, it was just to spout a bunch of lies and vacuous sloganeering, and to copy Trump's homework. That's the other thing that pisses me off. Trump's most popular policies, she tries to echo them. Well, don't worry, I'll take care of immigration and stuff like that. No, you're not. You're not even telling us exactly what you're going to do. The real problem, though, is that she's also the premier girl boss. You remember the I'm speaking moment at her, her first major public event as candidate with the Palestinian protesters, which becomes extra funny considering that Nasrallah just got pit-bombed by the Israelis with 8 tons of munitions. She's going to have to do some explaining, I think, in Dearborn. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes and tries to hold a rally there. And the legacy media will cover for her, though. Well, these terrorist supporters are trying to shout down the next president of the United States. Something like that. We'll be talking about the legacy media's coverage of Trump, actually, in the next video. She does the finger and head thing, breaks down into ebonics on a regular basis. It depends on the composition of the crowd. She either sounds like she's trying to emulate Martin Luther King and does the basically the hope and change thing. She's trying to be basically like Obama, actually, which is rather interesting because she's really a mix of Joe Biden and Bill Clinton with regards to like the policy proposal side of things. She's trying to I've explained this. She's trying to take, like, Clinton took Reagan's policies, sprinkled them with a few of his own ideas, and then repackaged them in a younger form. Ta-da! You've got your candidate. She's trying to do the same thing with Trump at times. Well, and with Biden. Well, I've got Biden's platform, but I've sprinkled it with Trump policies because they're more popular and actually work. And, by the way, I'm younger, and I'm female, and I'm BIPOC. Therefore, I'm hip and cool. Dude, you're in your 60s. You're not young. You're no Bill Clinton, to put it bluntly. No offense to any of the older clankers out there, but if you're in your 60s, you're no longer young. I'm no longer. I'm 36. I'm only young-ish. In a few short years, I'll be, of middle age. Based on, technically, I already am, based on the decreasing lifespan of the average American. So I guess I'm middle-aged now. I'm no longer part of the youth vote. I'm a couple years past that. Makes me sad. Actually, it makes me happy. Being in your 20s fucking sucks sometimes. Kamala doesn't know what she's talking about, though. Really listen. You have to critically listen to what somebody says. Most people only listen passively. So, I mean, for Democratic partisans, it's not going to make any difference for the most part. When you listen to someone, you have to attempt to absorb the actual meaning of what they're saying. If someone is consistently being evasive towards you, they're consistently not staying on the subject that you're asking them about or that you expect them to speak on, there's probably a reason for that. The reason could be that they're trying to deceive you. Kamala does this every goddamn time she gets on a stage. I don't understand how more Americans aren't seeing through this. The fact that she's not 10 points down in the polls like Joe Biden was is actually almost astonishing to me. I guess people are taken in by the optics. It's beginning to wear off, though. Her shine, what little there was, simply because she was being compared to a dementia patient, is beginning to wear thin, I think. And there's still plenty more time in the election for her to make a mistake. Like, when they have the competing town halls, I expect Donald Trump is going to be able to answer the questions with substantive proposals. I do not expect Kamala Harris to be able to do so, generally speaking. And at some point, I have to believe that the American people are intelligent enough that it's going to click in their minds, what the fuck is she even talking about? Because that's basically her shtick, is that I'm younger than my opponent. Age wasn't a question when Trump was running against Biden. The legacy media dareth not bring it up, because Biden was clearly out to lunch even before his shitty debate performance. I'm younger. I'm hip because I'm, of a different complexion than white America. And by the way, here's a slogan. I will bring hope to the country. Okay, how? Well, because I think hope is important, but you're not answering the question. She does this. I wish I was being hyperbolic at this point, but this campaign beats me. That's about all. Peace out.